We're streaming all over the place, guys. Welcome to the live. Hello, welcome to the live. Listen, guys, in 90 days, I want you to be prepared for what most people are not preparing for. And if you're joining us over on Instagram, hello. I'm actually going to be doing a live walkthrough for the Africa Relocation Roadmap over on YouTube. So if you follow me on YouTube, go ahead and join us if you want to join the live demo of the Africa Relocation Roadmap. Many of you have been reaching out, telling me you love the tool, and I want to show it to you. I was trying to use my mic today, but it doesn't seem to be working. But if you can hear me okay, go ahead and type a 1 in the chat. Let me know you can hear me. I know I didn't announce this live. This is a impromptu live. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Thanks, Christopher. I see you. Thank you for saying hello. This is going to be the exact system that I used to move myself and my girls to the continent of Africa when I had no plan. All right, so this is for people that have been doing your research, you've been on the YouTube videos, you put it on your vision board, you made a 2027 plan. You're not waiting for a special occasion, but you want to be strategic and you want to make sure that you're moving with certainty, right? You're moving with a plan and you're not just doing it because you're afraid, right? You're not doing it out of fear. You're doing it out of a desire and necessity to diversify yourself and your family. All right, great. Thank you for my ones. Yes, definitely be taking notes. Join us over on YouTube if you're on Instagram and you want to see the actual demo. I'm going to do that today for people that are just interested in seeing a little bit more. And maybe, you see it, you're not really sure how to use it because it is a really great tool. It's a free tool that I created with my team, powered by AI, based on the exact steps that I used to successfully relocate myself and my girls nearly 5 years ago to the continent of Africa. So I've seen people come and go. Hundreds of people come and go, whether it's Ghana, whether it's Tanzania, whether it's South Africa, because they didn't take the proper steps to get to their destination with strategy, right? They came over here stressed out, and it eventually got to them. So they were not successful. So if you're ready to learn more, go ahead, type roadmap in the chat so I can see who's ready for the roadmap. I want to see who I'm talking to and the people that I'm talking to, what you are getting from our conversation, right? And I'm going to invite a couple people up on the live later to ask their questions. Okay. Yep. Christopher. Hi, Christopher. Yep. Khalees has moved to Kenya. She's all over the continent. She is a millionaire, right? And so we do work with 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs and investors, but you don't necessarily have to be 6 and 7 figure to be able to use the relocation roadmap. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Reggie Travels, for the roadmap. If you're interested and you're ready to see this demo, type roadmap in the chat. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So welcome in. If you want to relocate to Africa, any African country in the next 6 to 12 months without chaos, with strategy, not stress, tonight I am opening the system, the exact system and framework that I use, as well as my several dozen of clients have used to pick the right country, the right city, set up their visas, their banking, choose schools, and choose properties, whether they rented or purchased in their preferred city and country on the African continent. Okay. And they did this all with confidence, using my support pretty much one-on-one. But by the end of this live, you will have a step-by-step plan and a link to the Africa Relocation Roadmap so that you can start immediately. All right, you can take action immediately. If you've been making this plan, if you've been thinking about it for years, on decades, you have everything you need, but maybe you need a bit more strategy and more confidence to do it, or people that are doing it too. So you want to be in community with those people. You're in the right place. All right. So if you're here, you're ready for this roadmap, go ahead and type roadmap. Thank you, Miss Londi, so much. I appreciate you being here. Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. So as I mentioned, if you're new to the channel, my name is Ashley. On my channel, Ashley in Africa, I share my experience of living, moving, and doing business on the continent. I currently live and do business in East and Southern Africa. So some of you guys are like, wait, I thought you lived in South Africa. Wait, I thought you lived in Tanzania. Well, my Southern Africa base is Cape Town, South Africa. And my Eastern African base is Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, sometimes Zanzibar, depending on the mood that I'm in. But I absolutely love Tanzania as my East African base. And I spend about 40 to 60% of my time in each country based on typically the weather. So currently we're going into spring here in South Africa. You all have also maybe seen my video of almost getting scammed here in Cape Town. So the home that I was living in Cape Town, I had to quickly find another place to live. And the best time to find a place in Cape Town, South Africa is in the off season. Because once spring comes around, rental prices triple. So to be able to find a place that you are going to love, you want to get it in off season, which is winter, which is what I did, which is why I can now literally sit in my place and overlook the ocean and get a beautiful sunset every day. So if this is the type of lifestyle you want, you're in the right place. And so, as I mentioned, I also help people diversify their real estate and financial investment. So you're a founder, you've been building and scaling your business to 7-8 figures, but you know ultimately that your growth plan requires a global growth plan. And why not grow in a place that has the fastest growing economy in the world, the continent of Africa, that has the fastest expanding market of group of middle class earners? Right? Like that has, there's just so much economy growth and just culture on the continent of Africa, regardless of what country you choose. So if you're a founder and you're scaling your business past 7-8 figures and you don't have an Africa plan, you don't have a growth plan. So you need to be looking at the continent of Africa, whether you have a service or a product business. You also may be retiring, right? Or you're looking at retiring and you've built your portfolio to 6 figures. Well, you know that inflation coupled with the rise of cost of living in your home country is not sustainable, and you're not going to be working the rest of your life. You need to be diversifying to a place with similar infrastructure and a quality of life that is honestly way better than the West. That's the secret. Or you're still a professional, but you work in tech and you can work from anywhere in the world. Why not arbitrage your currency, your strong dollar in a market where your money can go 2, 3, 4, 5x longer in an African country where you're living in the majority, you're in an environment where family and cultural values are still present, and you can still get access to foods that aren't making you sick. So these are the type of people that mostly benefit from working with me, working with my team, or just moving abroad in general. So you don't have to work with me. I don't have to be the person that supports you. But if you want to work with someone with proven results that's been able to migrate dozens of entrepreneurs, successfully helping them to secure multiple real estate properties, immigration, visas, as well as just a better quality of life, then you absolutely want to connect with me. Comment roadmap. If you're here on the live, you'll get that link sent to you directly. If you're over on Instagram, if you're here on YouTube, the link to work with me is also in the description. But for now, let's jump in to what we came for. Okay, so guys, I moved myself and my daughters to the continent of Africa in 2020. And I didn't have a system, but I had a vision and I knew that it looked like a life outside of the US. That I knew for a fact. So 5 years forward, I now have built a system that supports families and investors to do the same. So we've helped people go from research loops to residency to real estate. from uncertainty to the right schools and neighborhoods. That's too loud. Okay. And from scattered advice to strategy with vetted professionals, legal experts, tax professionals, and immigration professionals, so that you don't have to waste time and money trying to figure it out on your own. So that's what we're going to walk through tonight. This system that I created pretty much from my experience and the support of dozens of other professionals and investors along the way. So here's the flow. I'm going to show you the biggest reasons relocations don't happen. Then I'm going to open the roadmap and walk you through each part. I'm going to show you how to identify your best country for your needs. I'm going to talk about the different visa options that exist, as well as the amount of money that it's going to take for you to live your exact same lifestyle that you currently do now in your desired African country. And if you're brave enough, I want you to come up on the live so that I can walk it through with you one-on-one. How does that sound? All right, how does that sound? Thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Samuel. Greetings. Wonderful. It's very loud. All right. Wonderful. So it sounds like everybody's here. You're ready. If you're over on Instagram, comment roadmap for the link and you can walk through the live demonstration with me as well. That's happening over on YouTube, unless you want to come over on YouTube and do that. We'd love to have you on YouTube as well. Who's going to come live? I want to see you guys come up live. I rarely do lives. I'm trying to do more of them. I always say that, but you know, it's just been so beautiful since we've been in this new place. We've been exploring the neighborhood, and it's been a bit challenging to be consistent on the lives. And we're working with so many clients too. I know you guys think I'm just a YouTuber and wada, which I do try to share as much content as I possibly can. But we're also working with investors actively that are purchasing property abroad, that are getting their residencies, that are getting their immigration paperwork, that are opening their brokerage accounts. They call them investment accounts here, right? So we're working hands-on with people, and we'd love to work with you if you are interested and if it's a fit, right? Because it's not a fit for all of our clients. We work with people that are moving with action, that are very confident in what they're doing and what they're building as well. Okay. All right. So number one, people always ask, how do I get citizenship? Myth number one, you have to have citizenship to live in this country or any country. That is a myth, a big myth. So don't start with the citizenship, because citizenship can take years to get. Residencies can even take years to get. But start with the country that fits your budget and your lifestyle realistically. Then you pick, after you pick the country, then you pick a visa that matches your situation and your needs. Okay. I personally thought, oh, I'm going to go into South Africa. I've got business ideas. I've got business plans. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to file my business visa. And while my intentions were good, I hadn't studied the system enough to know what exactly it was going to take for me to get that business visa, what industries were attractive and desirable, along with what skill set I needed to have within my application and how I needed to go about the whole thing. Long story short, I wasted over 2 years and $2,000 in hiring the wrong people to support me in that process. Biggest myth number one, had I not had the level of resilience and the relationships that I had built along the way, it probably would have sent me home packing immediately. All right. So myth number two, oh, you can figure out the finances and banking later. Wrong. You can set up a bank account in several African countries without being there. Now, every country is different, right? Every country is different, but you want to know what the banking structure is like, because if you decide to move long term, Before you know it, in order for you to get an apartment, for you to get anything done, you're going to need a bank account, or you're going to need some type of local financial tool to move money. So figuring this out later on, people, what they will do, they'll bring over $5,000-$10,000 in US dollars cash. Then you end up having to go to a currency exchange. Not only are you converting the currency, but they charge you a fee, 15-20%, instead of getting your banking set up online with the proper app, the proper guidance, so that you can be successful, saving yourselves tens of thousands of dollars. I've seen so many people waste money going to currency exchanges or doing wire transfers for things they didn't even have to do that for. Banking and knowing the banking system before you enter into a country is going to save you thousands of dollars and thousands of hours of time and issues when your money gets held up in the Federal Reserve because you're trying to send it across borders. Get out inside our Africa Relocation Roadmap. We go over all of the best practices, the best apps to use, and the checklist to make sure that you don't set off any false alarms with your home country banking and your new country banking. And the best part about this is I can't remember the last savings account that I saw in America that gave more than 1% interest. The average savings account in South Africa is giving 4% interest, upwards to 18%, depending on the structure of your investment, right? This is not investment advice, this is not banking advice, but this is just information based on what I've done and what I've helped other people do. All right. Myth number 3. Oh, you can figure out the schools when you arrive. Oh, how I've learned so many lessons. So the results here, you get mixed mistakes. Knowing timelines and admission requirements and admission fees. So the schooling systems in Africa are not the same as the schooling systems in the US or the UK. Schools start at different times of year. The school year is different. And so thinking that you're just going to go into a school system and just pop your kid in is not a good idea. You absolutely want to know what it looks like to enroll your child in private school, government school, boarding school, or even homeschool. Don't stop the progress of your child because you're ill prepared, right? Yes, mistakes can happen and they will happen, but they don't have to if you have a level of support, right? So we have an admission timeline and worksheet for the best schooling options continentally wide, whether you decide you want the Cambridge system, which is traditionally British, or you want an American system, or you want an international baccalaureate system, or you want the local African system for your child to experience what education is like in that country. We have all of that ironed out for families that are traveling with children, because for many of us, we are just realizing that we can actually do this thing with children. Okay? Is this resonating? Is this helpful? Thank you, Mandela, so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Is this helpful? Are you guys finding value in it? Give me like a 1 in the chat. Mandela gave me a whole super chat, a whole super sticker. So I want to know if you guys are also finding value in it. Free Holding says yes. Fantastic. On Instagram, are you guys finding value? We're going to jump into the live demo very soon. Yes, I'm so happy. Okay, I'm glad it's helpful. All right, fantastic. Ones, thank you for my ones. Thank you so much. Okay, housing from Instagram. So in Tanzania, we have something called Dalalis, and they post their events in, they post their real estate listings in Instagram. So what happens, you hit Instagram and you're like, oh, I'm interested in this property. They see you're an American, you're UK, the price automatically triples. It's automatically going to triple for you because you're coming with stronger currency. So now you are overpaying. You don't even know the neighborhood. You just see the property and you love it. And compared to where you live now, it's like really inexpensive. So what we do is we make sure we connect you to the proper team on the ground that's going to ensure you get the not only the best bang for your buck, but that you're not going into a contractual agreement that is not in your best interest and always in the best interest of the seller or the landlord. Dalalis, the agents, always represent the seller, not the buyer. So their goal is to get you renting or purchasing that property. You want to make sure that you're not overpaying or that you're not getting something that is eventually going to bring you stress. Okay, so we've got vetted agents and attorneys. We take it seriously. I have seen it so many times. I've seen people go into a property in South Africa. They pay a year's rent up front. They get in there. The geyser doesn't work. The electrical is off. There's a leaking roof, and the landlord is nowhere to be found. I hadn't had that experience until recently, but for the most part, my experience has been great. I've had great landlords up until recently. But because I have an on the ground team of attorneys and legal support, they couldn't do the nonsense for too long. They ended up landing right where they landed before they met me, which was out of luck. Okay? So you can overpay, you can put yourself in a bad location just because you love the finishes, and you can essentially lock yourself into a contractual agreement that does not serve you. Don't do it. And don't ever send anybody any money without viewing a property first. We just had a client travel across the world to view a property because we refuse. We do not take money for investment. We will not reserve your property, and an attorney will, right? An attorney will potentially do it, but only do it with an attorney that has shown you their results and that has shown you their trust account, because that is what attorneys do when it comes to real estate purchases on this side. But if it's a friend, if it's a cousin, if it's somebody who knows somebody who got some land, do not do it. You will regret it. And you'll come hitting me up later or in the group chats with a bunch of expats trying to figure out how to get out of this situation that's costing you now thousands of dollars and thousands of dollars in taxes. And they're potentially going to close your bank account because you're non-compliant. Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Okay? All right. Myth number 5, perfect segue. Getting random advisors to give you information. These can be, like I said, a friend of a friend or somebody knew somebody. And oh, I met an Uber driver that is also an attorney, but they're driving Bolt. This is okay. And you definitely need to be building relationships. But you want to make sure you're building relationships with people that have fruit, that are bearing fruit, that have actual results. Okay, when you head to the Relocation Roadmap, you'll get to see a video of a vault of clients that we are actively helping and have helped in the past. You're going to get conflicting information, and that's okay. You want to get multiple sources of information, but just random advisors, stay away. And if you've got someone saying one thing and you've got 10 other people saying something different, or the person that costs the most, right? Because our attorneys are not inexpensive. Our advisory support is a premium because we know the value and we know how much money we're saving you by properly advising you upfront versus on the back end. And we like people that are proactive, not reactive, right? Because your emergency is not our emergency, but what we can do is avoid you having the emergency before it happens. Okay, where the sun is starting to set, guys. So I'm getting like this weird light looking thing. Let me see if I can move my camera. Let's see. Yeah, you can open it, but it's about to be like super bright. Okay. All right, guys. Yeah, I have like this weird eye thing looking. Oof. Let me see if I can move. Guys, give me a second. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. That's better. Let me get my Instagram family. It's better, but it's still a bit weird, but we're going to rock with it, okay? Okay, we're going to rock. Okay, so now I'm going to show you exactly how the roadmap solves each of these problems that we talked about, okay? So if you're over on Instagram, come join us on YouTube, comment YouTube, you'll get that link sent to you in your DM, and you can come join us over on YouTube. Yes, the sunset is beautiful. Like, I get to see the sunset every day over the horizon on the Atlantic seaboard, and it is just stunning. It's stunning. It's stunning. It's stunning. It's stunning. And it's just always giving. Every day I'm out here. And we're also getting furniture in our new place. So you guys will get to see it. If you want to see more of like this process, I'm happy to show it. We're going to start vlogging more. But we want to get people like not only inspired, but taking action, right? Because this is not a flex. I'm not trying to share this life with you because I'm trying to flex. I'm sharing this life with you because I want you to know that you can also achieve it. Right? And now you have a system that so many people haven't had before now. I know there was like a big event, Invest Fest in Atlanta, and one of the major topics was around investing in Africa. But so many people were like, but how do I know where to go and where I want to be? And this is the exact system that you can use, share it with everyone, so that you can see this is a system that's going to show you exactly how to do it. I've got sunglasses, guys, but if I put on my sunglasses, then you're not going to be able to see me, and I'm not going to be able to see the screen properly. So yeah, we're just going to make it work. This is called real life streaming. Okay. All right. Yes, it is so amazing. And it's so good for us, so that like I'm all about the sun right now. I'm all about it. Okay, so let's present the roadmap. So excited. And if you guys want to come on live, go ahead, and I will drop the link in the chat after we go through the full demo. Okay. Thank you, Nubian Queen, for the super chat. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Okay, so your Africa Relocation Roadmap journey starts here. If you want to go through it with us in real time, you can absolutely do that as well. This is the website there, africarelocationroadmap.com. You can go to the roadmap, it's here, and this is what happens. You start here, we've got a ton of things. Our country guides, top countries, visa info, community, cost calculator, but we're gonna go through it so that you can see what it looks like when you visit the relocation roadmap. So find your ideal country, we're gonna go there next. So you wanna find your ideal country. You don't know where you wanna go. 3 ways you can do that. What type of lifestyle do you want to live, right? What's the priority of your lifestyle? Do you want coastal living? That's what I wanted. Do you want retirement options, right? Or do you want urban convenience? Tanzania is great. Dar es Salaam is amazing. Zanzibar is amazing. But if you're looking for urban convenience, it's not for you. More of a Joburg. Excuse me. Cape Town, Accra, Nairobi. That's the best thing. But let's say you're looking for something family friendly, right? You are open to other languages, right? You don't necessarily need English, but you're open. You're willing to learn any language. And you have saved a good amount of money, but you don't have a ton of money, right? You saved $50,000, $60,000, and you're willing to use that for your relocation. Click on Find My Matches, and your top matches are going to show. These are the countries that are going to be best suited for what you're looking for from a family-friendly perspective. Ghana pops up, right? English speaking, politically stable, strong economy. Egypt, Arabic and English are spoken. Tons of history, opportunities for development, low cost of living. Tech sector is growing as well. Or Sierra Leone, which has a huge diaspora connection, West African nation, beautiful mountains and beaches, right? So let's say, okay, you're still in the workforce, right? You're professional, you're still in the workforce. So you're looking for urban convenience. Penelope, it's loud, baby. You're looking for urban convenience, and you also know what you know, and you're like, I don't really want to do too much and trying to learn another language. So I'm looking for English only. I've got a little bit more to spend. I may want to buy a condo. I want to do Airbnb because I see that Africa is growing in tourism. So I'm going to spend a little bit more. Your matches change, right? Ghana is still there on the list, urban convenience, but Kenya is now on that list, right? East Africa's tech hub, strong entrepreneurial ecosystem, developing infrastructure, and beautiful landscape. I mean, the infrastructure is definitely in Nairobi, is definitely in Kenya. And then South Africa also pops up, right? That's where I am. I wanted the urban convenience as well as the oceanfront living with the infrastructure, with the economic opportunities, and there is very, very rich real estate here. Okay. And for our real estate advisory support, we help people diversify their real estate investments, and they're diversifying in high-end luxury real estate. And we're able to do that here in South Africa. So this is your country finder tool. For how many of you guys was that helpful? You get to see, okay, these are the countries. If you didn't know like where you would go or what you would do, you basically have an opportunity to put these 3 requirements. Of course, there are other things that may matter to you, right? But this is a great way to see what are some of the best places that I can go based on my, based on my goal. Okay, what does it say? You can have all of the opportunity and equality in the world, but if you're still a racial minority within your country, you will always feel out of place within the existing population. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so that's our country finder tool. So we're gonna head back up to the top because we didn't really walk through the whole thing. So let's just jump in. You can hear a little bit more from our current community members and learning more about what's happening.
What we do inside of the community, we talk about timelines, we talk about visa assistance, long-term residency, how to make sure you secure that legally and strategically, investment strategies, a supportive community, because our community is so lit. What's the biggest takeaway that you've gotten since being in the community?
For me, being in this group and consistently hearing the success stories, consistently seeing people that are going to support us along the way in any aspect of what we're trying to do has been very helpful and the biggest takeaway for me to get to those goals of success.
I don't know about others, but when you're going to another country, you need that guidance, you need those relationships, you need that fellowship, and you need the positive encouragement and suggestions that just help you navigate those things.
Just having that resource and not having to just try to figure it out yourself and just randomly find somebody, off of the internet and hope that, they're going to do what they say they're going to do. That's invaluable.
Having the community of expertise and resources, because what we are all facing is it's unprecedented. So it's normal and understandable if you're still anxious or unsure. But I would say that this community of people led by Ashley has been such a center stone of resources for you to ask questions, for you to get vetted information, the experts, so that you really have the best information for you to make your decisions.
A lot of people are very anxious, and not to say that it's unwarranted, but I haven't really been experiencing that anxiety because I'm so connected with this community that it has kept me razor focused on what the end goal is.
There are several opportunities that are being posted and talked about. Some are real estate, some are business opportunities, things that you can actually look at in real time and keep abreast, because you got to keep in mind that the things that we're hearing on regular YouTube or whatever venue you use to get your news from is completely different once you have somebody to kind of filter through all the nonsense.
Everybody in here is taking action, making moves, and this is what I envisioned when we started this community.
And I've fostered some great relationships.
They come and provide different information to us, so they're well vetted. We could connect with them Then also the group coaching calls where we connect with other members and we encourage each other.
We are not only talking about what's happening, but we're talking about what we're doing about it.
Getting over that mental hump, like, can I really do this? Or is it possible? What will my family think? Or any other things that I might have that could hold me back. Being in this group has helped me go forward and saying, okay, I could do this, and being encouraged to do so.
So it's not just the relocation, the migration. Everyone here is putting their money where their mouth is to invest and do business.
I mean, I got me a bank account set up in South Africa as well. So there's a lot of things that you may not be able to find that information online.
You can only get so much for free, right? So you do have to make an investment to get the good stuff. And I would just encourage you, if it's something you've been considering, to try it and see it for yourself. I don't think I have, any regrets, and I would certainly encourage you to do it sooner rather than later so that you can get the best information for you and your family.
Just do it. The dollar amount, and not to be in anybody's pocket, because I know everybody's situation is different, but the investment is going to pay dividends. It really is, because it really personally has transformed my life.
I've been muted the whole time. Sorry, guys. I just realized you guys couldn't hear me this whole time. Guys, oh, I've been going through all of it. Okay. So no wonder. So everyone on Instagram heard me. So you guys couldn't hear me. So let me bring that back. How unfortunate. Thank you guys for letting me know. You can hear me now, right? Type a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Shame. And the sun is setting so beautifully. I was so mesmerized. Okay, so these are the step-by-steps that you're gonna get inside the relocation roadmap. Perfect. So sorry about that. So sorry about that. But one of the things majorly that we've added is curated job opportunities. So many people ask, what are the job opportunities for people in my industry with my level of expertise? I've been in my field for 10 years, 20 years, and we're seeing the job decline in the US. But if you are anything from a tax advisor, policymaker, teacher, educator, service industry, products, your skills are desirable globally, right? If you have taken them up to the level in which that you know you need to take them, you're getting education on a regular basis, you're always up leveling your skill set. Well, we've been able to curate job and contractor opportunities with governments as well as major corporations looking to attract international support. So the international support the international opportunities that your skill set is desirable for are curated inside of the community. All right. All right. So people on Instagram, you guys can hear me. This is mothering. This is what we do, guys. The girls are in the background just having a grand old time, and I can't hear you guys. So I'm trying to make sure we get through this as the sun is setting and we're losing light. Can you turn the light on? Thank you. All right, child and children. So of course, the success story that I share is the fact that I've been here going on 5 years, helping dozens of other people. You can read more about my story if you'd like to. The link, comment roadmap on the live or here on the replay to get that link sent directly to your DM. So this is the modules. There are 7 modules that we go through inside of the community, as well as live modules that happen twice a month inside the community. So we go over global positioning and your country clarity. So even maybe after using this, you want to learn about, some countries. Well, I score and help you score the top 3 countries based on your needs, based on our system that we have inside the roadmap that helps you to score each country based on lifestyle, cost of living, accessibility of infrastructure, political stability, right? The things that we know are important to you when looking to relocate. Then now we're preparing, getting your paperwork and pre-move essentials together. This is where you're organizing your travel documents on the long-term things you're gonna need when you decide to relocate. Okay, you're gonna need a lot of things. Some of the things you may not need. We're gonna make sure you have your digital toolkit set up, not only in hand, right, your physical documents, but also creating a digital online file so that you have them no matter where you go. I can't tell you how many times in the last week people are asking for birth certificates and passports. This is for library cards. This is for school enrollment. This is for investing and bank account setup. You want to make sure that you have proper documents that are up to date. Sometimes notary is required. And so you'll know all of that after going through module 2. The next is discovery trip. So you need to go to your place of desired living. Like you want to go abroad, you want to live abroad, you need to visit first. I can't tell you how many people just moved to a place because they saw somebody on YouTube living their best life and they hated it and it wasn't for them. I'm going to tell you exactly how to book your discovery trip, how to book it so that you're actually living the life you would live if you were actually living there and not completely on a vacation, but you're experiencing it in the way that you should so that you can make an informed decision. Sorry, guys, I'm coming out with the flu. Excuse me. So gross. All right. Then module 4, we're going through the financial infrastructure. This is what I told you about earlier on, where you create that financial bridge from the US to your new home country. There is a way to do this right, and there is a way to do this wrong. And I can't tell you how many people I've seen have to take 2 and 3 trips back and forth, costing them $5, $10, $15,000 because they didn't set this up properly in the beginning. So we'll teach you exactly how to set up your financial bridge so that you're keeping proper accounts where they need to be, digital currencies where they need to be, and your new home country bank account set up in a way that is tax efficient and doesn't put you in a position of liability long term. Okay, then on to module 5, where we go over housing, neighborhoods, and education, how to identify the best neighborhood for your desired country. Clients that work with me one-on-one get proper neighborhood briefs. So you're gonna see exactly what it's like to live in your neighborhood, from restaurants to schools to crime to hospitals, to the things that you love, so that you're making, again, an informed decision based on strategy, not stress. And then in module 6, we wrap it up with everything you need to do, from your 90-day plan before you relocate to your 90-day plan after you relocate. Because you want to make sure you're successfully integrated into your new home country in a way that, again, is going to give you a strategic approach. Not just I'm spending money frivolously because I think I'm on vacation, or now I'm in a market where the dollar goes 5 times faster or 5 times longer. We want you to be successful in that relocation journey. So you need a complete system that gives you 90-day in, 90-day out, or 90-day post strategy, so that it sets you up for long-term success. Okay. And this is the module we just added around the curated employment and contract opportunities, how to access these regularly outside of our system, right? How you can connect yourself with certain communities, groups, and softwares to get job opportunities and contract opportunities sent to you. If you are a foreigner, you still are able to apply for contracts with governments, with companies. They call them tenders. If you have the skill set to deliver on those tenders in a country, you can absolutely do that. And we have these curated opportunities inside the community as well. And we'll help you to get connected with professionals in that market to help you be certified, right? In certain countries, you have to go through specific systems so that they do the background and make sure you have the skill set. And then even the government officials that are looking for this talent, we can connect you with those agencies and those offices based on curating and facilitating your CV, your company profile, and making sure you're legit and you're ready to go when it comes time to put you in front of these opportunities. All right. So that is what you get inside the community if you decide to join. Otherwise, you can still use our Country Finder tool that we've just used, as well as down to the cost of living calculator. So many people ask me, if I had $10,000, where could I go? What could that look like, right? So if you're here on the live in YouTube and you want to come up live, let me know. Let me know. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys found it helpful. I want to invite you up. I want you to come on live and use the tool live with me so you can see exactly how much money you can save, right? Or what it's going to cost you to leave your home country and move abroad. All right, so let me know if you want to join the live. I'll wait and I'll show you some more of the roadmap so you've got some more clarity on it. So this is such a cool tool. We're so excited, the savings. So this is the price of the roadmap right now. We are in founder pricing until Saturday. So we're launching with founder pricing as we've launched this new tool to our community, the Africa Investors Academy, right? So all of our members inside the Academy that have joined in the last month or the last year have access to this tool. Our investors and people that have been inside the community have access to this. But for people that are now coming in, right, we want to get you relocated and structured with success. We have now rebranded it to the Africa Relocation Roadmap. Okay. And so for that rebrand, you are getting in at a founder's price, 50% off until Friday. You get the relocation strategy calls that are starting today. You get those handpicked employment opportunities that we talked about, 24/7 community access, right? The private community, you have access to it as well as the opportunities being uploaded every day. You get a quarterly live masterclass with our guest experts. So we've got some affiliates coming in that you also watch over on YouTube. They're going to be coming in and teaching you specifics about their country and their expertise in that country. You'll get access to the tools and templates for relocation, right? The banking, the visa setup, the checklists, how to properly identify and ask realtors for due diligence processes, right? You'll get that that checklist. You will get a one-on-one strategy session with me, as well as a 90-day strategy roadmap, and even more access to bonus materials. So for some people that are looking for fast, right? If you're like, you know what, I've been making this dream, a vision for the last few years. I know what I want to do. I just need the support to get it done. This is the way you want to go. This price essentially not only is going to save you after next week, we're going up, but you're going to get that one-on-one strategy call with me, which in itself is worth almost $500. And the clients that are getting that 90-day strategy have already paid over $2,000 for that, right? So this is definitely the way to go if you are looking for support, but speed, right? Success loves speed. So that's the folks that are valuing speed. You want to get full access and you want to get it at the founder price before prices go up next week. If you're looking for more of an affordable way to pay monthly, we also have the monthly option. You get everything that you get with the full payment, except you do not get the curated job opportunities. You also do not get that one-on-one strategy session with me, because I'm going to interpret your monthly payment plan as I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if I'm invested in this process. I just want to kind of tip my toe in and see if this is really for me. Once you start seeing people in the community that are booking their trips, that are getting their visas, that are buying their properties, that are taking their discovery travel, you're going to see like this is a community of movement. And if you decide within 30 days that you're ready to go all in, we'll definitely deduct that monthly price from the founder's rate while supplies still last. Okay. So let me see, has anybody decided that they want to join? Okay, amazing. Nobody's decided they want to join the live. Okay, so we'll pop in. I'm going to show you some of the other things. So these are the country guides. So you go to country guides, and these are just some basic information on Ghana, Kenya, Rwanda, South Africa, Nigeria, Morocco. These are some of the most popular countries for expats: Senegal, Mauritius, Egypt. Give you kind of like an overview on that. You can go ahead and click in the full guide. There's a drop down that's going to tell you about visa and immigration requirements. There's a drop down that's going to tell you about the healthcare system. Mauritius has free public healthcare plus excellent private systems. Talk about the insurance, what that looks like, and the quality of care. You're also going to be able to access information on the schooling, the education system in Mauritius, as well as the costs associated with it. Right? You can get information on the culture and lifestyle of what that country is like, the business opportunities in Mauritius. The key sectors include financial services, tourism, and technology, right? The startup cost to that business, as well as the incentives that the government is providing for people that are coming from abroad. And housing and real estate information. So this is what the average rent costs in Mauritius, $800 to $3,000 a month. Right? The best areas, the best neighborhoods for you, as well as the process to buy as a foreigner. Then you decide, okay, I want to learn more. You click on the start the process now, and you head to the page to purchase while founder pricing is still available. All right. So let's just say Mauritius isn't that place for you. you are more interested in Kenya. I think someone in the chat said they're interested in Kenya. Same thing. Click on visa and immigration. You can see what it looks like for short-term access into the country, healthcare, education, culture and lifestyle, the business opportunities, startup costs for that business, as well as housing and real estate costs, right? So for now, these are the most popular countries that expats look at, and you can get a snapshot of each country right here for free on the Africa Relocation Roadmap for the country guides. For visa info, we've added a couple, right? For Ghana, super interesting, Kenya, as well as Rwanda. We have a South Africa tool inside of the community, but these are just some of the countries that we have up for now. For visa info, cost calculator, let's do it. So let's type, if you are, let's say, living in the US and you are interested in moving to Kenya. Currently, you make $80,000 a year in US income. This is the cost comparison of what that would look like from the US making 80K to living in Kenya. The equivalent income you would need is $24,000, saving you over $56,000 a year. Now, if you are retired and you're interested in taking your retirement funds longer. So let's say it would cost you $60,000 to live in the US, right? But it's going to cost you $18,000 a year to live in Kenya. Why wouldn't you take your money abroad where it can go further? Saving $42,000 annually. So this is a really cool tool. The cost calculator. Head into the relocation roadmap and play around with it for yourself to see what that could look like. Monthly expenses in Kenya look like housing at $300 to $800 a month for a 1 to 2 bedroom apartment, $200 to $400 on groceries and dining, $50 to $150 on transportation and utilities, at about $100 to $200. So when people were always asking me, how much would it cost me to live? Well, depends on your lifestyle, but you now have a tool. You can go directly, share this with people that have an interest in moving abroad and play around with it to figure out what your numbers look like, right? So once you know, oh, wow, okay, I could save up to 70% of my income living abroad. All right, now I just need to do it. Now I just need to get in community with people that are doing it. Now I just need a bit more strategy and structure. Now I just need to know, how do I plan my relocation trip? That's when you decide to get started inside the relocation roadmap. Okay. Awesome. Any questions? Any questions that you have about the tool, about relocating, about things that you're interested in learning? Tell me more, guys. Tell me more. I hope you enjoy this tool. We spent a lot of time working on it. It is powered by AI, so we didn't do all of this on our own. We had a really handy tool that we used, powered by AI, to be able to take all of the big questions that you guys were asking us and figuring out a way to create a solution for the majority of people out there that just don't know where to get started. If you don't know where to get started, come to the Africa Relocation Roadmap. You literally can figure it out on your own. And if you need more support, we're here to support you. We're here to support you. So let me know what you guys think. 60K to 18K, yeah, it is eye-opening, right? It's eye-opening, and it's the truth. It is the truth. So yeah, let me know if you have any more questions. Brenda, thank you so much. You hit the mark on this with dedicated time and energy, so much more. It's a perfect program for your business. How do I connect with you? My girls must be so proud of me. For now, they're just annoyed because I'm always telling them to be quiet when I'm shooting live. But for the most part, yes, they're really happy and grateful to be living their best life, honey, because they definitely live their best life. I'm so happy. How do you connect with me? Well, all of the information is in the description. All of my information is in the description. If not this video, for sure, an upcoming video or like a video from the past, you can absolutely contact me and get engaged. Thank you so much. I'm so glad this was helpful. Nueno, I don't know how to pronounce your first name, but welcome and thank you. Brittany asks, what resources do you have for employment opportunities? I'm a social worker. So we have curated job opportunities inside the relocation roadmap. We update those job opportunities daily. So as we find opportunities, these are typically for people that have make over 85K or more in the US. So you have to have at least a bachelor's degree. Most of our requirements, most of our job opportunities do require masters. This is for high level talent. And if you don't have masters, but you have a past performance of success and you've worked for major corporations, typically in the top, the blue chip corporations on the, S&P 500, and you've got proven track record of results, we can help you to refine your portfolio, your CV, your resume to ensure that you're attractive to those opportunities, right? But we don't apply on your behalf. It's your job to take the resources and apply to the agencies that supply the job opportunities. Mr. Tony says, you're interested in investing in Africa for seasonal living, not quite relocation, but I hope the information for that can be found on the relocation roadmap as well. Yes, so even if it's for seasonal living, it's still technically relocation. You are relocating for a season, right? So you're gonna need to have banking established. You're gonna need to make sure if you're relocating and you're purchasing a long-term rental or investment property so that when you're not there, you can earn investment income. You wanna make sure you're doing this with strategy and structure so that you're protected, because there will be tax ramifications potentially or tax advantages. If you spend a certain amount of time outside of your home country, you get tax advantages. A lot of people don't know that. So we make sure that even if it's just for a season, you're not ready to completely relocate, but you're like, no, I want to make sure that I'm setting myself up for long-term success. My banking is good. My money is good. When I get abroad, I've got drivers, I've got things in place. You absolutely want to make sure you engage with us on the roadmap, right? And once you're inside, we've got a plethora of resources, especially for investors. Wonderful, wonderful. Sergio, great information. Definitely a must-have. I love that. So I hope I answered your question, Brittany. We've got those curated job opportunities in the roadmap now. So David, country guide, what does low, medium, high indicate? Cost of living. I think, let's see. Low, medium, high. So these are, when it comes to popularity for relocation. So South Africa, medium to high, very medium to high in relocation attractiveness, right? So where people are like, this is exactly where I want to go. That's what that low to medium to high represents. Great question. Thank you for asking that. Would I recommend divesting property ownership in the States to free up liquidity to invest and relocate? It depends on what your long-term goals are. It depends on what your long-term goals are. If you want to frequent back and forth to the States, then no, why? But if you're like, I'm done, I've had my time in the States, it's cool, but like I'm ready to go into a market that's actively expanding and better culture, more safety, better peace of mind, better food, better healthcare, better quality of life, then I would. But if you're still very much tied to the US and like the income upside that you can securely have in the US, which I understand is for many people the reason why they're in the States, then maybe not. It just depends on your situation. Great question. Sergio says, my wife and I just joined. Where can we locate the Africa Relocation Roadmap? Did you mean you guys just, oh, okay, perfect. You just found it. Fantastic. I'm glad you found it. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. Okay. I'm so glad. You found it. So glad you found this helpful. If you have any questions, guys, I've got another 10 minutes where I'll be on live. Instagram, if you want to come join us over on YouTube, come join us on YouTube. I'm going to end the live here. I hope you found it valuable. We've got, I think, about 7 founders. Oh no, I'm not sharing it. We got 7 founders prices of still left for now until Friday. And then after Friday, founder pricing goes up indefinitely, right? Because this was just us testing the market, seeing how we could add value to people. And so we want to make sure that people are finding it valuable and people are joining. And so if you're joining today, we actually have our first Wednesday session. It's a lunchtime session for people that have questions about relocation. We're talking about only relocation. And typically on Sundays is when we have our investor calls. So if you want to be a part of that, you absolutely want to join us today. You'll get the invite immediately in your inbox so that you can kick off the rest of the quarter. I can't believe this is the last week of August, essentially. Going into September, October, November, we're going to be traveling. We're bringing in a lot of investors to East and Southern Africa over the next few months. We've got our investors mastermind in Zanzibar. We've got Nomad Capitalist Live happening in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia in September. Yeah, we're going to Bali. So there's a lot happening. So we absolutely want to make sure that you are tapped in to the community so that you can get things done and put speed behind your strategy. All right. No questions. Y'all are amazing as always. I'm going to head out so I can have some dinner before our call. But in the meantime, if you are catching this replay and you have questions, David, that was a great question. You have more questions about the relocation roadmap, I'm here to support you. I'll come in hopefully and be able to answer those questions within the next couple of hours. Otherwise, we'll see you in the live strategy session. Sergio, considering investing in South Africa, it's an amazing place to invest. Tourism is booming. Real estate is booming. Manufacturing is a bit low because I think the majority of their clients have been US, UK, but that's actively changing, especially with BRICS. If you see my video on BRICS, you're seeing more intracontinental trade happen on the continent now. It is game time, guys. I cannot stress it more. Now is the time to make moves and invest in a growing economy. And it's not where we have always traditionally seen it, right? So if you want in, while founders pricing is still available, definitely join us in the relocation roadmap. We can't wait to see you inside of our coaching calls and our strategy sessions. Click the link in the description or in the pinned comment, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, David. Bye for now.